Corpses near the buildings, all this light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys, time to make a choice. Time to find our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Settle wrong from right. In the time of conflict, when the bullets fly, in the space of seconds, a life you cannot buy. Face the facts before you, face the simple truth. We're hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, there go those sirens. What's going on, everyone? Welcome, ARVCON. Hello, welcome to a Saturday Memorial Day weekend stream. I thought I might be able to get one of these in. I wasn't 100% sure, but it turned out that I was able to get one of these in. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to do some more Witcher tonight. And the world debut, ladies and gentlemen, the world debut of the official ARVCON 2015 trailer, which I did not actually realize was going to even be a thing, but a generous viewer has been kind enough to put this together. This is not something I was expecting, and the person in question has asked not to be identified. It is an anonymous contribution to the stream, and I think it's pretty cool. So we're going to be debuting that tonight, and I'll probably do that in a little while. Probably an hour or two from now is when I'll actually debut it. But I want to say hi to everybody as we move on to the next day of The Witcher and continue moving forward with this game. You guys know the deal. Exclamation point CTT will allow you to tweet out the stream. Exclamation point ARVTube will let you get to my YouTube channel where you can check out past broadcasts of the stream as well. And of course, exclamation point Steam group will get you over to my Steam group where you can hang out with the rest of the ARVCONauts and talk about stuff in between casts. Last of all, exclamation point ARVTrayon. I would say so, contribution. Yes, well, I mean, like, do you want something stronger, Knight? What should I say, like, like development of awesome, like further, like, is there a word that would more closely replicate the kind of expectation of what was provided there? I don't know, but yes. And then exclamation point ARVCON will get you to my Patreon, currently sitting at 23 patrons, $210.01 a month. In early June, I will be delivering the rewards for that first month. And yes, I'll take your word for it. So it's going to be awesome. And I want to thank all the people who have supported me so far. If you are one of those people who have not done so yet and would like to, please feel free to do so. And I'll talk more about that on and off tonight. More Witcher tonight, as I said. Next week we'll be doing The Witcher as well, at least on Tuesday. Now, starting on Tuesday and Thursday, I don't know if we're going to get an Icewind Dale stream in. Possibly. I'm going to see if I can get the guys to agree to do an Icewind Dale stream on Thursday. But part of what happens is... What's up, Burner? But part of what happens is that on Friday and Saturday, we have ARVCON, about which I will talk more in just a moment. And the issue is that Thursday... is not usually a day that the other guys can do for various reasons. So I don't know that we're going to have enough people to sort of have a critical mass of people to play Icewind Dale. But we will see. I might do that. I might even do Divinity Original Sin with Series Runner, possibly, or just continue on with The Witcher. One way or the other, we'll get that done. Now, ARVCON, as you guys know, is coming up on Friday and Saturday, May 29th and May 30th. I know a couple of other things now about it. It is going to be benefiting. I had narrowed this down, and I've finally come to a decision about what I'm going to actually be supporting charitably, and that is a foundation called the Damon Runyon Cancer Foundation. For those of you who don't know what this is, the Damon Runyon Cancer Foundation is actually a foundation which has been in existence for many, many, many years, and essentially what it is it is a foundation which recognizes promising young scientists who are doing specific research in cancer research, and it basically supports and develops their careers along those lines. There's two reasons that I wanted to choose this charity. Actually, three reasons. Reason number one is that the Damon Runyon Foundation is highly, highly respected. The vast, overwhelming majority of donations go directly to the research itself. They have a very low administrative overhead, so you don't have CEOs with, double multi-million-dollar salaries. You don't have tons and tons of administrative expenses. Most of it goes directly to the research. That appeals to me. Secondly, this is actually supporting young scientists who end up producing great work. There have been, I think, something on the order of 6 or 7 Nobel Prize laureates who have come out of direct donations as a consequence of the Damon Runyon Foundation. I like this a lot. I like the idea, and I've always liked the idea of not only education but training, and the idea that these people go on to do enormously valuable things in supplementing and developing research to fight this dread disease. And so that, I think, is pretty amazing also. The last reason, though, is that one of the ways that they get a lot of their funding is through the selling of various organizations that they partner with, including theater organizations. In fact, they have a long-running system in New York where they actually have Broadway productions that they sell discounted tickets to. They basically partner with these shows, and people who buy the tickets, a lot of those proceeds go directly to the Damon Runyon Foundation. The reason I like that is because, as many of you may know, my mother was herself an actress and a professional singer during the 60s off-Broadway, and she was, in fact, in the traveling company of The Sound of Music. So I think that there's a great deal of, in my own personal case, you guys know this is a personal thing for me, I think that there's a great deal of sort of, I don't know, it feels right, I guess is the only way I would put it. It feels right that an organization that supports itself through Broadway and off-Broadway ticket sales, in part, that would be something I would be doing to honor the memory of my mother who died from breast cancer back in 2009. So it just felt right to me. It's an organization that I think is respected, has been around a long time, respects education, training, and research, has shown results, and supports itself in the ways I've suggested. So I think it's pretty cool. So it is going to be the Damon Runyon Foundation that's doing this, that we're going to be supporting, and so I think that's really cool. And hell yeah, it's better than the Susan G. Komen Foundation. You better believe it, man. The Susan Komen Foundation is a garbage organization that is not only heavily politicized, but spends a ton of its money on administrative expenses and spends money on consultants that they use to raise more money for the consultants. Susan G. Komen is a waste of money and time. So I am very happy to be supporting an organization that is not like that. So that is who we're going to be supporting. I also have one other bit of information about ARVCON, and that is that we are going to have at least one musical guest. That is right. We are going to have one live musical guest on the stream, broadcasting for us live. Now, I'm not going to tell you who the guest is. It is not related to my band, but it is a live musical guest, and at least one. There may be more, but there will be at least one live musical guest in addition to the other stuff going on. So that's what's going to happen. Yeah, exactly, Dragon, exactly. So there's that too. The other thing I want to mention is that ARVCON, remember, is going to be one of three things. Either ARVCON will be a 2-day board gaming extravaganza with webcams capturing the whole thing, featuring New York streamers Kale Satobo, Cambridge, New York City, Rob from Game Crashers, and myself. That's number one. Or it will be a Fighting Fantasy Gamebook marathon in which we will spend 10 hours, people, with a break somewhere in the middle, but 10 hours on Friday, 10 hours on Saturday, in which we'll be doing a Fighting Fantasy Gamebook marathon, so it will be that. Or it will be a combination where it will be the marathon on Friday and board gaming on Saturday. That's another possibility as well. So one of those, it's going to be one of those things. I don't have all the details yet about which it will be, but as you guys can see, we're gradually kind of zooming in on the details. So that's what we know about ARVCON. Please spread the word about it. I'm excited about it. It's something that kind of came out organically. I certainly was not going, hey, let me make a con named after myself. But the viewers, you guys came up with the idea. I think it was actually Messiah who first mentioned it and said, oh, we should do an ARVCON. And then some of you guys ran with the ball. And I was like, you know what? All right, let's do it. So we're doing something to benefit charity. We're doing something to benefit the stream and to have fun. And so I couldn't think of a better thing to do with Twitch and what we're doing with it as well. So with all that said, let me thank everybody who's here to begin the stream, and then we will actually get into it. Thanks to and hello to Rogan, Trepper, Tom, Sniper, Red Lear, Night Lake, Bob in a Box, 5x9, Determinologies. What's up, man? I haven't seen Determinologies in a long time. What's going on? And my mods who are here, Dragon Spear, Backburner, and Apples. Good to see you all. And as we get more people in the stream, again, I will be premiering the official ARVCON 2015 trailer later tonight, so we will get ready for that. Okay, let me get rid of this, let me get rid of this, and let me turn on, wait a second, wait for it. This, there we go. Hello, everybody. Good to see everyone. Today, I am wearing, you'll be happy to know, my Avengers shirt. This is my Avengers shirt, and on the back, let me see. I don't know if I can show this without, there we go. You see it? Avengers Assemble. I was watching different clips. My wife and I are going to a movie tomorrow, and we're either going to Mad Max Fury Road or we're going to Age of Ultron. We'll probably go to Age of Ultron because it's been out longer, so we'd like to see that in the theaters. So I'm guessing that that's probably what we're going to go see is that. We have to see Age of Ultron. We have to see Fury Road. We have to see... we still haven't seen the last Hobbit movie. We still haven't seen Thor 2, and we still haven't seen Iron Man 2 and 3. So we got 6, and she has to see Skyfall. I've seen Skyfall, she hasn't. So we have 6 movies basically that we've got to see. But we will see what it's out. Yeah, I've heard great things about Fury Road. I'm really looking forward to it. Both of them are really awesome. I've heard really great things about it. And by the way, from what I heard, one of the reasons that Fury Road is so awesome, real props. Not CGI garbage, real props. Are you listening, Zack Snyder? Are you listening, J.J. Abrams? I shouldn't say J.J. Abrams because he's the favorite. You know what? No, Michael Bay. There you go. Because I actually like J.J. Abrams, and I think he did a good job with Star Trek. But Michael Bay, please let this be noted. Your love affair with CGI is nothing compared to legitimate props. They said that one of the props, for those of you who have seen the movie, please don't tell me anything about it. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. But there's this one scene that they show in a trailer where a person is playing like a flame-throwing guitar on the back of a car. And some people, there were some people who I saw talk about this who were like, that's ridiculous. I don't understand. There's no realism here. I'm like, have you watched any of the Mad Max movies? Because realism was not really the point of the movies. But anyway, so he's playing this flamethrower, and the prop guy, the prop lead, they asked him about it, and then he's like, yeah, he's like, so I finished making the sort of mock-up of it, and I showed it to the director, George Miller, and Miller's like, that's great. Now turn it on. He's like, what? He's like, turn it on, you know. And he's like, what do you mean? And Miller told him, he's like, no, I want it to work. That's not CGI. That guitar actually throws fire. Like, they built a rig with the guy on the back playing a freaking flame-throwing guitar. No joke. That, ladies and gentlemen, I can't even tell you how cool that is, because you know why it's important? Because as much as computers are cool and as much as tech amazing things, what technology can never do is replace the tactile realism of something that feels like it's organically there in front of you. And by the way, in my opinion, one of the big reasons that the early Star Wars movies so outpaced the later Star Wars movies, one of the big reasons, is because they felt more real. Yoda feels far more real as a puppet that's being manipulated in a tactile way than whatever the stupid CGI Super Ball nonsense was that we got in the second of the prequels, where he's battling Count Dooku or whatever the hell the name of the game. That was nonsense, right? But it was partly nonsense because you're like, oh, I'm watching pixels jumping around a screen. You know the best part of the first prequel movie? The badass fight with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan against Darth Maul. Why was that awesome? Because it was legitimate actors battling legitimately against each other in a tactile, real way. Now, obviously, the jumps and some of that stuff is obviously over the top because they're Jedi, right? But the point is, it felt real. And that's what happens when you use real props. So cut back in the CGI, get back with the real props, the real acting, and let's go. Exactly. There you go. That actually ought to be a slogan, Dragon. Muppets crush CGI. I would love to actually see someone do like a drawing or a diagram of Kermit like elbow dropping Yoda like elbow dropping like a computer on the ground. That would be awesome. Can you imagine? That'd be so awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it. The whole movie is one long Fury Road. JJ's doing practical Star Wars. Yeah, well, you know what it is? Actually, you know what they're doing this stuff? And I like JJ Abrams. I like him. Do you know why they're doing more of this, though? It's because they see all of the money that these people are making, and they're like, all right, I guess we have to go back to real props. It's so cool, because you need to remember, it doesn't mean that computers are going away. It doesn't mean that people are going to stop using technology. It means that technology will be used in the way it was meant to be, which is for things that we can't do any other way, as opposed to using it for things that we could do just as well. We could always do props that created an incredible illusion, incredible awesomeness about things, as opposed to the nonsensical stuff that, you know, it doesn't have to look like original Star Trek, you know, like with foam boulders bouncing down hills, or like the fight scene from the episode of Arena, you know, the Arena episode with Kirk and the big, the Gorm. It doesn't have to be like that. But it doesn't have to be this stuff that's just, you know, computer pixels versus computer pixels that everyone's like, yawn, you know? Real stuff, man. Real stuff, real talk. I thought that my mic was broken. Okay. Well, yeah, exactly. The end where Darth Maul falls down the shaft. And why is that night? Because when he falls down the shaft, what do we get? The CG thing of him separating in two halves. And you're like, you know? I don't know, Rogan. 100% CGI movie. I mean, look, like, again, and what do we mean by look good? Do we mean that it, like, it looks pretty? It might look pretty, but it doesn't feel real. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, yes, yes. Exactly, Dragon. The best effects in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit were camera tricks and not CGI. Exactly. Exactly. And there were, and I know this. Remember, you guys, I've told you before that I have a good friend, Norman Cates, who works at Weta Digital, and he's the lead compositor there. He actually did all the elf ears in the first movie in the Fellowship of the Ring. So all the elf ears you see were his, that he has prosthetically designed. I mean, they had so many. They built a whole studio, like Weta Digital. Weta was built just to be able to produce props, armor, and sets, and the detail. If you look at, like, in the Two Towers when they're in Rohan, and they're in you know, the Golden Hall of Metacell, the detail of the horses and the wood, a lot of which didn't even get into a movie in terms of like a direct shot. It wasn't like they went around and showed a detail shot of this or that, but you feel that it's real, and that makes such an enormous difference. Such an enormous difference. Yeah, exactly. If you want to, exactly, you want to make a CGI, yeah, make a cartoon. If you're going to go, exactly. If you're going to go full CGI, might as well go animated. Exactly. Exactly. So again, and this is not an anti-CGI rant by me. I mean, this is not an anti-computer rant by me. I think there are cool, like, technical effects that can be added into it. But the less you do it, and the more you emphasize real things, real props, real sets, real actors in real situations of combat, real emotion, the better it is. again, to me, the most compelling part, and then we are going to start playing, but the most compelling part of the first X-Men movie to me, there's two compelling parts of that movie. Incredible. I mean, that movie's a great movie, and I'm talking about the very, very first X-Men that Bryan Singer directed. Two parts. The first one, in the beginning, where Magneto as a boy is being dragged away from his parents who are being brought into a concentration camp, and he reaches out for the metal fence, and the metal fence starts like bending and sort of moving towards him. That is an incredible scene. Powerful, emotional, like resonant, just so great, and tells you so much about his character. And the second great scene that I love is where you've got Professor X and Magneto in the halls of Congress right after they saw Congress, like a congressman give a speech or something about the mutant bill that they're trying to pass, right? And at one point, and he stops, right? And Ian McKellen, who plays Magneto, does this, and he's like, "What are you searching for, Charles?" And Xavier, played by Patrick Stewart, is like, "I'm searching for hope." It's so compelling. You just watch these two actors and you're like, because it's about the story and about their characterization, and there's awesome special effects and there's awesome all that stuff. But man, there is nothing to be said more than what you get from the physical, powerful presence of those scenes. Wolverine's combat, man, that works because Hugh Jackman, man, gets in there and mixes it up as freaking Wolverine. Works. YouTube, that Phantom Menace fight was good. Okay, if it's one of those things that are wrong, Yeah. I don't know if a movie like iRobot could be done 5x9, but the thing is that iRobot, this is my personal opinion, so no attack against anyone if you liked it. I hated iRobot because I know for a fact, but I know this because I teach iRobot, that is not the movie script for iRobot. In fact, that was a separate movie that Fox wanted to have produced, and they ended up buying the rights from the Asimov estate. The Asimov estate should never have given them these rights. And they ended up making iRobot, literally taking the old script, slapping a couple of things about the 3 laws of robotics on top of it, and making Susan Calvin into this hot woman that needs a shower scene. That movie is literally the opposite of what iRobot says. iRobot's whole point is that what happens in the movie would never happen. That was the whole point of iRobot, was that it's not going to be the case that robots are going to go rogue and take over humanity or try. That is not going to happen. And the movie literally flies in the face of it. Ugh. So I don't know. But I mean, as I say 5, it just reminded me, I'm like, oh, iRobot type of thing. Spirits Within. Yeah, no, see, I didn't really, I'm trying to think about it. I mean, I've seen Spirits Within so long ago. I kind of thought I sort of liked that movie, but it wasn't, I don't know. Something didn't quite sync up with me. I don't know. Not sure. FF Advent Children. Now, I haven't seen Advent Children, so I can't speak about that. I haven't seen that. Yeah, Baron. Yeah. Now, see, the thing is, I haven't seen World War Z either, but yes, it's a very different kind of thing. And again, there's always going to be differences, remember, between a movie and a book. There'll always be differences. That's cool. But the question is whether you're keeping true to the spirit of the book. There are movies that keep true to the spirit of the book. For example, I think The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is a pretty good movie version of the original book. And there's a scene in the opening of Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the movie. This is not a spoiler because it happens the first, 5 minutes. There's a scene where Edmund, who's the second youngest kid, and who's kind of the villain of this. Well, he's not the villain, but he's like one of the. He's the guy around which there's a lot of moral question about whether he's going to be a good guy or a bad guy. Anyway, he is saved by his elder brother, Peter, when the house that they're living in London gets destroyed by a bomb happening during the Blitz in the 1940s when the Germans were bombing London. Here's the thing about that. Now, that does not exist in the book. However, the C.S. Lewis estate specifically asked the director and Disney to put that scene into the book. Why? Because the entire book is built with the backdrop of the war against which these kids have to survive. Remember, the reason the kids go to the countryside in the first place is to get away from London where the Blitz was happening. And this happened with lots of these cases. In fact, I had an older student who was in his 70s who talked about, he was Scottish, and he talked about having to leave London. He and his family were living in London. They had to leave London to escape the Blitz, to escape the bombing raids. So the Lewis estate specifically asked Disney and the director to put that scene in the movie because that was the sort of backdrop against which Lewis was writing this book. doesn't exist in the book, but it absolutely is in the spirit of the book. So that's an example where the movie can absolutely change from the book, as long as it's maintaining the spirit of it as well. There you go, Knight. Yep. Exactly. That's exactly right. And Dragon, you're right. The Fellowship of the Ring was faithful to it. I honestly think the Fellowship of the Ring was the best of the 3 movies. Now, I basically rate them Fellowship and then Return of the King and then Two Towers. Although I do think there's a lot of great scenes in the Two Towers. I love the Rohan stuff. I love. I thought that Eowyn was great. I thought that Theoden was really good. I thought that Wormtongue, oh my God, is Brad Dourif good as Wormtongue? So I thought there were a lot of great moments, and the Helm's Deep battle is badass. So I thought there were a lot of great moments of Two Towers, but I don't think it held together as a movie as well as either movie 1 or movie 3. Fellowship of the Ring was great. Return of the King was great. And Two Towers was good, not up to the standard of the other 3. But anyway, that's how I would kind of rate them. So, hey, what's up, Law? Yes, I think it worked out. Yes. I will say more about that later on, Law, but yes, yeah, basically I think it's okay. Knock on wood. Yeah, oh yeah. Did you guys hear, by the way, that when Aragorn showed up, I don't know if you guys heard this, when Viggo Mortensen, who wasn't originally supposed to be Aragorn, by the way, they chose him because the guy they wanted to use, they ended up deciding against at the last minute. So Viggo Mortensen basically hopped on a plane and flew to New Zealand, like within like a week or 2 of filming. But when he was going to do the Helm's Deep scene, he basically went around, because you guys know that most of the orcs were literally the New Zealand army. I'm not making that up. Like, they basically just hired the New Zealand army, which I guess doesn't have to worry about, like, protecting its borders or something, and literally went around, did you guys hear this, and, like, he headbutted all of the orcs in the Helm's Deep fight. Like, to sort of, like, get him psyched up. He was like, push, push. And he was talking about the fact that at the end, he was like, you know, but that was his thing, and they loved Viggo Mortensen. Like, they were so into the scene. Why? Again, because it's real. Because it feels real. So. Oh, cool, Sniper. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Hey, what's up, TSFL? New Zealand has an army. Yeah, man. Don't forget all of Galadriel's scenes, Lord of the Ring and Hobbit. Well, what do you mean? Like, don't forget about them in what way? Yeah, New Zealand had an army. Well, listen. What if somebody invades... Okay, we got to get started playing the game, by the way. Let's do it up, people. But what happens if someone invades New Zealand? He broke his foot in one scene. Yeah, the scene, right. The scene, yes. That's such a good call, Sniper. Okay, wait, I'm going back full screen to make this point. In Two Towers, when he's doing the tracking scene, which, by the way, is why I love the tracking scenes in The Witcher, because I love the Aragorn scenes. I love Aragorn. You guys know the drill. That's my favorite character from those books. But when he's walking around, following them, and finally he picks up one of the orc skulls, I think, or no, one of the helmets or something, and angrily he throws it down. So he threw it down onto his foot, and he literally broke his foot. In that scene, he throws it onto his foot, and then he drops to his knees, and he goes, ah, like this. And that was him. Yes, he was yelling in pain, but he didn't break character. He was like, ow, that hurts. He didn't break character. So in the movie, you're like, holy crap. Like, he's really pissed off and everything. He broke his foot in that scene. But he wasn't like, oh, ow, can someone help? Cut. I need a help. I need a medic. He stayed in character. Oh, God, I loved it. I love that scene. Yeah, the helmet. The helmet. Oh, man. What, Baron? You're trolling. Oh, Galadriel was great. Yeah. Yeah, Galadriel was great. Very, very compelling. Oh, he kicked the helmet. That's right, he kicked the helmet. What's up, Royx? He kicked the helmet. But the point is the same. He kicked the helmet, he broke his toe, and then he drops to one scene, and that whole scene was, he had actually broken his toe in that scene, but he didn't break character. Isn't that awesome? I love that. Absolutely love it. But yeah, so listen, what happens, you guys, if New Zealand gets invaded, huh? What are you guys going to do? You guys are like, wait, New Zealand has an army? Yeah, they have an army. What do you want them to do what if Australia gets uppity? And Australia's like, you know, I don't really like New Zealand. Hey, good day. You're going to be part of us now. What happens? What happens if Saad decides all of a sudden that he doesn't like Maxstar? Maxstar is from New Zealand. What if he decides that he's like, you know what? I'm not down with that. What then? You know what I'm saying? Then you guys are not going to be like, oh, why do they have an army?
His contact in Velen was to be Hendrik, the Emperor's spy. Hendrik was operating incognito in that war-ravaged land. His mission:
oh,
to gather
Bacon.
intelligence about Syria.
Wow. You guys better be careful. I have some New Zealand viewers. If the you know, the Kiwis are very proud people. If you, you know, you better be careful. If the Kiwis get mad at you, you have no idea what they could do. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, exciting, Roix. Exciting. Awesome, dude. Roix and I are working, I am the lead writer on a game that Roix is working on, and I'm actually getting pretty excited about it. I think Roix has done a pretty badass job with it. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It is looking good. Okay. New Zealand wouldn't fight Australia, they just make a drinking match. Okay, let's figure out what we're doing. I'm excited to play this tonight. I find that I end a session of this being like, oh, you know, I'm done with the game. Not done with the game permanently, but like, okay, I'm done. And then like an hour or two afterwards, I'm like, oh, I can try this, and I wonder if I can play this, and I make him do this. So, yeah. I think I want to go to the Nilfgaardian Connection, and the reason is that I want to go there, talk to him, get the experience. I'd like to get to level 5 and then do some more of those question marks. So, let's see what we've got. So, I want to go, let's see. Yeah. So I want to go up here, pick up this quest, hopefully get to level 5, and then start doing some of these other question marks. I do indeed have a YouTube, TSFL. Yes, if you do !ARVTube, ARVTUBE, you'll be fine. You're not worried about Kiwis getting mad at me? I live in the middle of country music territory. They'd have to survive that first. So you think the Kiwis? Do you live in Tennessee, Vacan? Are you saying the Kiwis would have to get through like Nashville to get to you? Nice, Roix. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Your 21st birthday. Oh, it's your birthday? Happy birthday. Hey, can everybody say happy birthday to Lego? Lego's one of my first mods. Lego's been with me for a long time. Everyone say happy birthday to Lego. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lego. Happy birthday to you. Lego Freak 59, Lego Freak 59, Lego Freak 59, Lego Freak 59. Oh. Happy birthday, man. Okay. Let's do it. Again, guys, a reminder, in probably an hour or so, when I get a few more people in here, I will be debuting the first... Come on, Roach. I will be debuting the world premiere of the official ARVCON 2015 trailer. Given to us by a wonderful, awesome person who is asked to remain nameless. This is a anonymous contribution to the stream, but it's one that I really appreciate. So, jump! Aw, come on, Roach. You gotta do better than that. Sing happy birthday in Klingon. How's it feel to be 21, Lego? Does it feel different from being 20? Whoa. Oh, is this the loot that I left here still here? Really? Wow, that's cool. That loot that I left is still there. Wow, that's awesome. I'm still not even close to being there. Man, this music, man. I love the griffin head. Looking back at me all the time. Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up, Thor? You're subbed to my YouTube. Nice, dude. Thanks, TSFL. I appreciate it, man. Enjoy it.
Strange. Like dropping into a deep cellar on a hot day. And the mist.
Oh, boy. What the hell is this? Why is there... What's going on here? Why is there snow here? Oh, we got problems, people. What the hell's going on here?
Be gone! Leave me be, whoever you is.
Congratulations, Thor. Easy, bro.
Calm down. It's over.
Ooh, check it out. Look at his little symbol. That's cool. 5. Winter is coming. What's up, Nist? It's alright, bro.
Aye, it's over. All's past, never to be restored. I'll not forget that ever.
Looking for a man named Hendrik, supposed to live in this village.
Aye, he did. No longer. They nabbed him in that hut.
Great.
If you'd have heard the cries, sir. If you'd have heard how a man can scream. How he can suffer.
Oh, I have.
Tell me what happened here, step by step.
They took him. Took him all.
Who took him?
The sun was waning, see, and the dusk went crimson like blood. Thought to myself, strange, the toads, I cannot hear them.
What do you mean it looks really bad? Okay, sounds good, 5. That's fine. It seems fine on my end, Rogan. Yeah, it's stuttering a bit there.
Terror through and through. Hendrik screamed. Then he begged. By the end, he could do naught but moan.
Specs for the stream are below my main window. TSFL, GTX 760. Oh, God. Oh. The Wild Hunt, man. Look at that. Damn, son.
Damn
Holy
it.
cow.
Weren't here long, the terrors. Yet the village froze like in the heart of winter.
Yeah, my old.
in that hut with
As
the
in a
hood
year
off?
old.
No, and I'll not set foot there. Never.
Farewell, and peace of mind to you.
What's up, X-Men? God, man, that's grim. Well, crap. Could be fun finding the agent like Hendrix. You know, I don't know, Rogan. I mean, my FPS here is floating around 35s. It's not bad. I could probably try to optimize it even further, but... But I find it looks pretty good still. Oh, God. I know, man. I know. Listen. I know that. I already got my... Thanks to you guys and your incredible generosity, I already used this money to do two things. I subbed to another person. I'm going to use it for a couple of subs that I've been meaning to do on Twitch. And I used part of that money to get myself a new awesome monitor on which I'm watching this beauteous game unfold. So my next step will probably be to get a new GPU. The only other thing I can really upgrade on this motherboard is I could go from an i5 to an i7, but my understanding is that this game is not very CPU intensive, and that it really is more the GPU. I have like a 750 watt power supply or an 800 one, so it would easily handle a 960. So I might get one of those, possibly. But I mean, I guess I have had this for I think it's only like a year, maybe a year and a half old. This GPU. So. Console. Yeah, I have a ARVCON Live Gamer portable TSFL that I use to stream my Nintendo Wii on occasion. And I use this other system to stream in television, which is like two ghetto USB, like it's sort of a bizarre system that only works because it's with an old system like in television. If I start streaming Xbox at some point, which I could do, I have an Xbox 360 and a PS3. If I ever decided to stream those, I would probably use my Live Gamer portable, and if those didn't work, then I might have to do something else, but I still gotta find this agent called Hendrik. That was just to sort of lock it in. This music, man. 970? We don't want to get into that, actually, TSFL. We don't talk about age too much on here unless it's somebody announcing a birthday like Lego. But otherwise, we kind of just want to stay away from that. People can say that, you know, you can say how old you are if you're older. Like, obviously, if I have older gamers on here, that's fine. But we kind of don't want to get into, you know, people being super young because it's a mature stream. And so even though I try to run a somewhat family-friendly show, it just can get into trouble when you get into ages. So I'd rather not get into that if we can. All right. What's going on here? That's Hendrik, or what's left of him.
Tortured him. Maybe they missed something. Should check his boots. Blood. Congealed. Key hidden in his boot. Gotta fit a keyhole. Somewhere nearby, hopefully.
Ah, I see something. Oh. I totally missed that. Wait a minute. You let me go around the other time. There we go. .75. Well, yeah. A high-end PC would be 1800, but you don't need to spend nearly that much to stream. I mean, I could, you know, I was able to. There's a lot of people here who work on doing like PC parts and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly, Parker. What's up, man? I mean, this rig that I got here cost me, if you add in the GPU, this cost me about $700 with the new power supply that I got for it, because it came with like a 400 watt, and I ended up upgrading it to like a 750 or 800 watt. I forget which one. I think it's 800 watt. And then I got the new GPU. So if you put that together, this thing total cost about, you know, $700, $750. Now that wasn't, obviously I didn't need monitors and stuff like that. But yeah, you don't need to spend $1,800 to stream. You can get, you know, you can get a pretty functional streaming unit for cheaper than that. High end, yes, but I don't think you need that. Yeah, it's fun, man.
There's a draft. Gotta be a space under this rubble.
Really love the
Guess
facial
I should do
details
some
on this.
cleaning.
Uh-huh. What? That fall wouldn't hurt him that much. Tamara Strenger, so he was following that case too. I wonder why. I wonder if the Tamara Strenger case is related to his in some way. The DDR went up in price? Hey, what's up, Glug? Yeah, I agree with Parker. In that case, I would do... I mean, I have a one PC solution, so... And actually, I'm able to not only... I actually record at the same time, because Twitch is not reliable always about being able to maintain stuff. So I actually record on my PC and stream it and
Valuables left unlocked,
And
on
stuff.
display, almost. Lost his mind, or...
I love his CSI stuff that he does. Love it.
Interesting.
What was that all about? Is there like a false bottom or something? Oh, that's the other chest.
A ledger. Payment for a sack of grain. Amount due for a charcoal shipment. Hendrik was masquerading as a merchant. What's this? Notes among the ledger entries. Clever.
I love Geralt's voice. Who is Geralt's voice actor? I love Geralt's voice actor.
Interesting headings. Missing and wanted. Subject appeared in Skellige. Also cited in Novigrad. Appearance unchanged. Ashen hair. Scar on her face. Avoids contact with others. Drunken swine. So-called Baron hosted subject at his castle.
So this guy was
Should I
looking at
say,
someone.
Illegally appropriated fort. Reason unknown. Talked to Baron at Crow's Perch.
Okay. I need to go there anyway.
Clashed with a witch. Subject landed in swamp. Encountered a witch. Conflict ensued. Cause unknown. Find the witch. Talk to the peasantry. Village of Midcops.
Actually, I'm curious. Is anyone able to do a little bit of brief... Right? Exactly, Knight. Can anyone do some quick... you guys don't have to do this, but I know that everyone has fun doing it, so just quick research for me. Is anyone able to track down what the cheapest 970 would be? Because there's more than one brand. Like, there's an EVA... I imagine there's, like, an EVGA 970, right? And a couple of others, like, companies that make one. Is anyone able to track down what the cheapest one is? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I'm not going to go buy one tonight, but I'm just curious.
Caution advised. I'm being observed. Don't know by whom or why. Unsettling signs.
Doug Cockle? It's so good.
Dog ran off.
What else has he done?
Water in bucket froze solid. Strange glow observed in the sky. Ill omen, peasants say. Somehow they learned Hendrik was looking for Ciri. Thus the torture. I'm too late. My only leads, the Baron and some witch. Damn.
The Baron. That's alright. I can go to the Baron's castle. I need to go there anyway. I need to go there anyway. Character entry updated. Ah! Ha! Hunting a witch. She's a witch! Ha! That's the one I want. Bloody Baron. Hey, what's up, Varney? You do... Baron, are you bloody? You found a 970 for 296? Okay, hang on a second. Let me save this quickly. Let me check this for just quickly. Yeah, that's what I thought. Man, these are pricey. I mean, I'm not surprised, but 329, 308. Yeah. There. I wonder if Anominatus knows that there's a GeForce 970 called Inno 3D. In the game, you are. 296.99 plus free shipping. Oh, it's PNY, huh? 970. 4 gigabytes, really? Interesting. Okay, cool. Is that all that he's done? Yeah, I appreciate that. I like EVGA a lot. What's the cheapest EVGA? But thank you for that link, actually, Dragon. I appreciate that. What's the cheapest EVGA? I'm just looking on the little site that that Rogan just linked for me, and I'm looking. Where's all the EVGAs? Why don't I see? Here, let's do it by. Let's see, page 2. There's an EVGA. $360 on Newegg. Yeah. Although actually, I bought the monitor that I just got from Newegg. So I'm wondering, and they sent me a thing that had like discounts. I don't think it was a discount on a video card though. Yeah, $400. I'm not spending $400 on a graphics card. Don't care how good it is. This is one of those would like to have. Yeah. No, I know. I'm familiar with Part Picker. Wow, that's actually pretty good. Super Biz. What the hell is Super Biz? $10 off promo, $315.99. That's interesting. Cool. All right. Cool. All right, something to think about. Something to think about. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that's what I just noticed. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Just curious. The reason I'm thinking, why I might upgrade is if I'm going to play Arkham Knight, which won't be my first game afterwards, but it would be nice to be able to have something not just with The Witcher, but with that too. And my understanding, I did a fair amount of research on this. As I said, it's not nearly as CPU dependent. It's very much GPU dependent, like, you know, based on everything else. Because I have 8 gigabytes of RAM. I can't upgrade the RAM anymore without changing out the motherboard, but 8 gigs of RAM is very solid. I have, you know, plenty of room on my hard drive. I could technically get an SSD, but all that's going to do is speed up loading times. It's not going to speed up the sort of play of the game. So the main boost is going to be in graphics. So, don't you guys think I should get an AMD? I'm sure that should work just fine. Hey-oh! Radeons, man, I had a Radeon, Varney. Once they get some actual drivers. How about some drivers? How's that sound? Alright, I got everything here, yes. Oh, nice. You just do fall off the stairs? Okay. Alright, so now I can go to the Baron. Look at it, 893. I want to do that because I want to get to level 5 before I do more of these question marks. So, I think I can actually just fast travel to the Baron, can I? Yeah. Crow's Perch. What? Oh. Be helpful if I actually went to the fast travel board. I love the music, man. Absolutely adore it. What happened to the Hatchet of Doom? That's a very good question, Sniper. Let me show you exactly what happened to the Hatchet of Doom. Here's what happened to the Hatchet of Doom. I got 51 to 63 damage, which, just for the record, is better than the hatchet that I had. This one I can use at level 5, and I may switch over to that, because 59 to 73 damage, but even then, 5% chance to cause bleeding. And honestly, he is a Witcher. He really should be using swords if he can be. Especially slotted swords, which I definitely need to do more with, but... Like, I want to get a sword that has an open slot because I want to be able to put in this runestone. You know, I've got, like, extra stuff I can do with it, but... Anyway, cool. Alright. Yeah, I mean, the issue is just that the AMDs, the drivers suck. And the drivers have sucked for a long time, honestly. I mean, that's the biggest problem. AMD does not know how to make drivers. and they've complained all their lives. I mean, for AMD to go yelling about what NVIDIA does or doesn't do, stop worrying about NVIDIA. Like, worry about your own damn card. The truth is, one of the reasons that they don't do what they should do is NVIDIA is much, much better. I listened to the CD Projekt guys talk about it, and they all said the same thing. They said that AMD was much less responsive to them than NVIDIA was. Well, whose fault is that? You know?
Halt!
Oh, really, Parker? Yeah, you know, it's the thing.
Baron home?
Depends who's asking.
A witcher. Want to talk to him.
Yeah. And I
that
want to
texture.
plough the lovely Queen Cero.
Seen this man before. In at the crossroads. You was there not so long ago. Thought you were supposed to go your separate way. Nice and all.
It led me here. Gotta talk to the Baron.
Oh, aye? What about?
Something important. His ears only.
Fine. Lodrin, let him in. If he makes any trouble, well, we outnumber him.
Open the gate. Sergeants! Ardle! Witcher, to see the Baron. Don't want no disturbances. That clear?
What do you think?
The hell are you?
Guard called you a sergeant. You a Temerian soldier?
Not your concern, mate.
Deserter.
Temerian army don't exist, no.
So what are you all doing here?
Had a choice after the Black Ones thrashed us. Let it lie and try to lead normal lives. Or continue to resist, join the guerrillas and fight for our beloved Temeria till death do us part. We chose the former.
And the Baron your commander?
Yeah. Commander.
Wow. Trouble in Paradise?
And you, shut it now. Save your strength. Die with some dignity.
Emphysema. Now those were balls. Attended a few, me and my Annie. Oh, how we danced, how we twirled.
Ooh!
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey!
My God, it's Friar Tuck.
Enough. I don't care how you do it, but the deliveries must be weekly.
Won't you stay for tea?
No. Besides, you've another guest.
What's up, boss?
Look at that. Didn't even stay for tea. In spite of all that blabbering about how cultured the
I love his armor. I also love... Can I just say, too? I love the color scheme in this game. Despite the fact the world is grim, it's not just like gray, gray, more gray, even grayer than that. Gray. Like, there's actual bright, vibrant colors. I love that. Yeah, of course, Parker. Yeah, I can see that, sure.
Rumors rarely find confirmation in reality, especially the ones about foreigners.
Right you are. I know who you are. Believe I also know why you've come. We'll talk inside. Make yourself at home.
This is a cool place. I like the
Why
brick
not
walls.
Put the bloody vodka. There it is.
Depends how permanent the death is.
Why not?
Ha! A man after my own heart. With Foltest dead and Natalis' whereabouts unknown. Bloody hell. Who's a loyal Temerian to drink to these days?
Right, Varney? Hey,
Himself and his company.
Varney, guess what I'm reading right now? Varney, that's what I'm reading right now.
To the matter at hand. I'm Philip Strenger. Now the blobtits round here call
Exactly,
me the bloody
Baron.
Geralt of Rivia. Blobtits call me the Butcher of Blaviken.
I said already, I know who you are. Truth be told, it's the only reason we're talking. How do you like it here in Velen?
Lovely place. Swamps, bogs, marshes everywhere.
Exactly. Someone loses their way around here, he becomes damn hard to find.
I hear you, Sniper.
Many have lost loved ones here. Some their wives, others their daughters.
That's somewhat true, Rogan, but obviously the game stuttering, if it does stutter graphically, is oftentimes not about the stream. So...
What's that supposed to mean? That a threat?
Aye, not as clever as I suspected you'd be. No, it's no threat. I'll spell it out for you. I know who you're looking for. She showed up some time ago, exhausted, wounded, and stinking like a soaked hound after a hard hunt. Later, I learned she'd come from the swamp.
Music is so good.
Said some beasts from the woods attacked her before she could reach the village.
I bet that hurt. Oh my god, I get to play her? When you play as Ciri, you cannot access the inventory or use signs. Wow, I get to play Ciri. Really? Okay. Let's do it. This is cool.
That was close. I must leave this place.
Whoa! Did you see that sprint? It's like Blink. Wow. That sprint though.
You can calm down.
Oh, nice.
Hello there. Are you lost?
A little, I guess. Are you?
Didn't I meet that girl before?
Yes. Though also just a little.
Does that mean you know which way to go?
Not quite. Not yet. But I'm sure we'll find the way if we set off together.
Is it not worth getting then, Glog?
What happened to you?
The 970 is it not worth getting?
It's nothing. Why don't you tell me where you live?
In Lindenvale. They'd see to your wounds there.
How did you wind up here?
My father brought me.
This is the one he's looking for.
Treats and eat my fill. He said he would wait. So I started down the trail. Then I saw a butterfly, and I ran to catch it, and I lost my way.
Your father, why did he have you follow the trail of treats? Do you know?
I suppose, mate.
He had naught to break our fast with.
I don't understand.
I was naughty.
Why doesn't she have the yellow eyes if she's a witcher?
My milk.
Shouldn't she have the cat eyes?
Your parents must have been angry.
She's got the eyeliner for no
I should be
reason.
spanked, but father said wouldn't do no good. Too many mouths to feed anyway. Sending me down the trail of treats. That would solve things.
You and your father, when did you leave home?
This morning.
And did the sun warm your face or your back?
It warmed my back.
So we must go east. Come, I'll walk you home. And explain to your parents that they must not lose their children in the woods.
Oh, she didn't, Parker.
We can't go home because of the Wolf King and his pack.
No kings among wolves.
These have one.
And you've seen him?
Yes. I mean, no. From behind a tree. He was huge.
Apples.
With giant eyes and great fangs, and he was terribly, disgustingly horrific.
Werewolf, maybe?
See what I've got on my back? Wolves fear it. Kings do too.
She's only got the one sword.
Come, I'll help you up.
So much monster fighting, Tom. Hey, what's up, Fallen? Guess I can. There we go.
Wolves! Quick, hide!
Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, 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 ow! Damn it. Ah, too much dashing. Oh, that's cool, sniper. Yeah, good to see you, man. Too much dashing. Yeah, well, there's some other things. I mean, you know, she doesn't have any way to sort of restore her health short term. And the dash I have to be careful about because I can actually dash right into a wolf attack. When the time of the white frost comes, don't eat yellow snow.
Wolves! Quick, hide!
Oh my god, so many wolves. Better.
You can come out now.
My, you're brave. My father couldn't even do that.
Mine could do a lot more. Come. Massacred by something with immense claws.
This isn't going to help if I can't actually use any of these things. She can't use signs. Yeah, she can't use any of those signs, Baron. Wait. Whoops.
Look! There's something there.
Wait here. Don't come any closer.
But...
No buts. Stay here. I must see something.
I don't know about the fanny pack.
tore his leg off. No, gnawed it off.
It's gotta be
Ew, that's horrible.
gotta be a werewolf.
Stay there and look away. What's this? Marrow's missing. Interesting.
This is this is the Baron, not our Baron, but the Bloody Baron in the game. Tom is talking to the Witcher about what Ciri said when she got to him. So the Baron says that he met her, the grown-up Ciri right here, and that she's right now looking at stuff. And so this is basically explaining the story that she told him, I gather.
Lips parted and bloated. Bit clear through his tongue. Immense pain before death. Bloodshot, but still moist. He died recently. His chest is crushed. Ribs probably pierced his lungs.
Ugh.
Something picked him up and threw him against the tree. Let's see. His liver's gone.
His liver's gone.
Why are you digging through his belly?
Would you mind making certain your laces are tied? The Wolf King's no fantasy, it seems. Except he's a werewolf.
Yep.
What happened to him?
He had a fall.
A fall.
I bet. The Wolf King got him.
When did children get so smart?
What'll we do when the Wolf King finds us?
Good question. I've no silver, but I can make a blade oil.
Oil? You mean like we make from rapeseed?
No, a far more special oil. Of dog tallow, wolf's bane, fool's parsley, and wolf's liver. The Wolf King will feel terrible, terrible pain.
You're smart. How do you know these things? Did your father...
Not my father. My uncle. Uncle Vesemir.
Fool's parsley. Mistletoe. That's not helping. Oh, wolves.
Hear that? Wolves.
Hide! Quickly!
Ah! Bad place to stop. That went better.
They're gone! You can come out!
Also, she got her health back.
The Wolf King will be angry.
I like this. This also helps you connect with her story more, and that will help when Geralt is searching for her. It builds the connection with them. So it's a good storytelling technique. I was wondering about that fool's parsley. And there's the other kind.
All right.
Heh, true, Baron.
Now for a spot where I can build a fire and brew the oil in peace.
Oh, the one thing I want to say, Varney, though, is that if you just, like, spam it, you're going to get crushed. Like, I'm trying to learn the timing right now. I haven't got it all down. And she's a different type of combat fighter than the Witcher, than Geralt, but...
We'll see just how effective Uncle Vesemir's formulae are. Do parents often send their children out to follow the sweets?
Sometimes they send their children. Sometimes they go themselves.
Belly's all
oh, you
blood.
thinking she's the freaking Wolf King?
Open.
That's interesting.
No wolves did this.
Suppose that's possible. But then why would Greta, like, willingly allow her to put together this oil that was going to hurt her?
This way, through the cave.
You lead.
Yeah. This, my spidey sense is tingling here. This does feel messed up. But I don't know.
It's a bit dark.
Afraid?
Are you?
No.
Then I'm not either.
Then I'm not either.
What?
The Wolf King, now do you believe me?
I do. Hide!
Oh. What's up, boss?
Boy, you really give him a drubbing.
Guess
Never
not.
seen anything like it.
Little underwhelming.
You can come out now. Come on. You're lucky we came this way. Found someone far less fortunate in the forest.
Right, Knight?
Must be. We was returning from Midcops when the brute attacked. I managed to flee, but Yaren...
The little one. No details.
She's a little faster than Geralt is. But I think that her sort of sprint thing is not as effective as the dodge, in my opinion. Ninja Gaiden, good reference.
You have bandages at home? Some spirit? He laid a claw or two on me, unfortunately.
I've naught, miss, but my lord, he's a powerful man. He's sure to help you. Might even reward you for cutting the werewolf down.
Very well. Lead us to your lord.
I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm like, okay, what happens when I get betrayed by the girl? That was cool, though. I like that little sequence. And now back in the present day, I gather. Oh, maybe not. Vela, Northern Temeria, a few hours later. Dat cheese. Kind of going to town.
Just who do you think you brought me, man? That's not me daughter.
And the little one?
Neither, damn it! I think I'd know my own child.
There's a Shadow of Mordor
Might
dash
not
like that.
be yours, the older one, but you've got to admit a likeness. That's downright striking. So, any chance for that reward?
You'll not see one fucking copper. Get out before I set my hounds on you. So, stew any good?
Very. Thank you. I'd not eaten in...
Clear to see. I'm pleased you like it. Had them prepare a bath for you once you've eaten, and you could do with some sleep. Gretka in the nook behind the hearth. You in the guest room opposite the kitchen.
Thank you.
Shh. Eat now. We'll speak once you've rested.
And now back to the present.
So I ordered my men to watch her and left her to rest.
And?
A topic for another time.
What?
I need to find her. Understand? I need every last bit of information available.
I understand. But you see, it so happens my wife and daughter are missing as well.
Right, Tom?
I propose an exchange. Find my loved ones, and I shall tell you about the girl you see.
Look at that detail on that knife handle. Also typical.
Thing is, can I trust you? What guarantees do I have?
None whatsoever. Only my word.
What if I refuse? Because I just don't want to.
Would you tell me to sod off? Go ahead, but then I'll tell you the same. And what'll that make us? Two helpless, empty-handed sods. Think of it as searching for your own daughter. Ought to go quickly then. Guard! This man's under my protection. No one's to bother him in any way.
Oh yeah, Rogan.
Don't stare, I've not grown horns. Treat it as a token of my good faith.
When did you see them last?
They vanished after the new moon, as if whisked away by shadows.
What do you mean, vanished?
Precisely that. I awoke one morn to find them gone.
I'll need to know a lot more than that. Can I see their rooms?
What for?
I need clues. Anything to latch onto.
I'll not let a stranger pour through their belongings.
Well, you can enjoy having them
find
missing
them or
then.
not?
There you go. Yep.
I do.
Then let me work.
Fine. But I shall go with you. The doors are locked.
It's not quite enough to level up.
When she was a babe, my daughter loved animals. Saw a deer trophy on a wall once. Do you know what she asked?
Haven't got a clue.
Is that deer's wump on the other side of the wall?
You got soused last night too.
You see it there? What's a trophy? I pity any bastard who's hurt her. I'll flay him alive. Here it is. Damn it! Jammed again. Our bedchamber. Tamara's room is there. Try not to make a mess. For their return, I want everything to be as they left it.
Could use some hair of the hound. Got any vodka?
Okay. Let's take a look and see what we got.
Wooden candlestick. Stem's broken.
Why is that important? Interesting. Went out through the window?
Wall's a different color. Something used to hang here.
Oh.
That painting? Right size. The Baron and his wife. Look happy enough. What's this? Gotta wonder who wanted to hide the hole. And what's on the other side.
Well, No. What Varney means by life expectancy is that most people died by the age of 30, and that's true. In the Middle Ages, they did mostly die by 30. Even in the Renaissance, most people didn't live past 50. That's why marriages happened so much earlier. People got married much earlier. Like Romeo and Juliet, everyone talks about being sort of glamorous people. You know how old they were? Juliet was probably 13, maybe 14. Romeo was probably 17 or 18. People got married a lot earlier because they died a lot earlier. So yes, if they made it to 30, they might live longer. But most people did not get beyond 30 in medieval times.
It gets interesting. Piece of wood looks like the stem of that candlestick.
I love the detective stuff,
no
man.
No coincidence there. Fight might have happened here. I'll look for clues.
That's really awesome. Biggest issue, yes, war was part of it. The biggest issue was health. Plague was an enormous problem. Remember, at one point, the Black Plague wiped out 2/3 of Europe's population in about a 20-year period. And the reason was that they thought that the plague was caused by infected air, so they typically quarantined people who had the plague. The problem was the plague was actually brought about by fleas that bit infected rats and then leaped to people and bit them as well. So quarantining the people basically just kept them closer together where the fleas could end up infecting them. And yes, infections was the major reason that it happened. War, famine, disease, starvation, things like that.
Fresh flowers. He expects them to return any minute. Takes hope. Rest of the candlestick. And wine stains. Somebody smashed a bottle. From Toussaint. Yeah, Herveloos. Scent hasn't died. Wonder where it'll lead me.
Ploughing hangover.
Feels like Batman, but even more awesome.
Damn, trail breaks off. Could find something else, though. Spruce wood. Smells of juniper incense. Some sort of folk talisman. Protective. Question is, against what?
Also, they didn't have Burger King.
Find much else here.
They did have Burger King, but it was this dude who cooked burgers who called himself the king. Totally different. Yep.
Don't poking around.
Whole landing smells of wine. Tell me anything about that?
One of the lads, must be.
There you go.
One and all.
And fresh water, don't forget that.
Oh, damn it. I might have spilled it. I told you I was good and marinated that night. What does it matter? Stench of wine in plenty of corn around the castle.
Found signs of a fight in the room. Know anything about that?
A fight? What are you talking about?
Someone was attacked. Probably your wife or daughter. Whoever it was tried to defend themselves with a candlestick. Missed the attacker. Punctured the wall instead.
Hey, what's up, beautiful Baron at 2-2? Drones.
I don't know nothing about this.
What's up, beautiful Baron? Hey, Call, what's up, man?
I was drunk. Don't remember a thing. They were gone by the time I awoke.
Doubt you were the only ones in the castle. Maybe one of your men heard something?
3 times I asked those bastards if they'd seen anything, heard anything. Nothing. Not a one of them.
Recognize this amulet?
Yes. Anna began wearing it a time ago.
Any idea where she got it?
None.
Any witches or cunning women in the area?
A Pella. Old Coot lives near Blackbow.
Supposed to go see the
And
witch
there's a
anyway.
cunning woman in Midcops, but I know little about her. She's only recently arrived. If Anna were to see someone, she'd choose the Pella, not the woman. Anna was wary of strangers, newcomers.
Ought to have a chat with this Peller.
Fair warning,
Off to see the
he's a
Peller.
hard man to talk to.
What's up, EXE?
Rumour has it he killed his own father with an axe as a lad, then went batty. Now they say he sees ghosts and ploughs his goat.
Not really interested in his hobbies. Just want to ask about the amulet.
Nice.
Look like you got south last night too.
Yeah! Called it. I knew that would happen. Level 5, baby. I have to open some of these characters, too. Awesome! I knew I was going to level to 5 there. Alright. That's true. I do not judge a man for goat plowing, no. Alright, so 59 to 73 damage as opposed to 51 to 63. 5% chance to cause bleeding. I still think that's probably better, although it's close. Alright. Okay. Let's take a look at abilities. Yes, I have to go actually craft some of this stuff. Look at that. See, chest armor. Yeah. I need to, like, do some of this. Okay, I want to actually check some of these things. Geralt did not beat Anna Strenger, the Bloody Baron's wife, when he visited Crow's Perch. Sometime before his arrival, this woman had disappeared in unexplained circumstances along with her daughter Tamara. Geralt did, however, receive a detailed description of the missing woman. Anna was a comely 40-something woman with green eyes and hair dark as raven wings, which she kept tied in a tight bun behind her head. Cyrilla, there's his grown-up charge he's looking for. Cyrilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon. What can I possibly say about her? That we call her Ciri for short, that she was born in 1251, that she has ashen hair and a scar on her cheek. All true, and that's the Cyrilla I know best, the one I first laid eyes on upon those many years ago, the one who seemed thoroughly, well, not ordinary, but certainly not as extraordinary as she in fact is. Yeah, I'm going to check that axe. I still feel like the bleeding is close, though. If it were a little bit more damage, I might use the axe, but... For Cyrilla is also a highly skilled witcher, heiress to several thrones, the last bearer of the Elder Blood, a powerful source endowed with exceptional magic talent, and the Lady of Time and Space. Okay. Her hair color and date of birth seem rather incidental now, don't they? I could also tell you she is Geralt's adopted daughter, but that would be a gross simplification. Ciri is much more. She is his destiny, his unexpected child, someone bound to the Witcher by fate's most inextricably tangled fetters. Following age-old Witcher tradition, Geralt took Ciri to Kaer Morhen when she came into his care. There, he and Vesemir taught her in the ways of the professional monster slayer. It was then that her magic talents were first revealed, and they discovered she was a source. Ciri's gift proved a curse as well. Because of it, she would one day have to hide from the entire world, even Geralt. Ciri's biography contained one more great secret. Her natural father was none other than the Emperor of Nilfgaard, Emhyr van Emrys. His words confirmed the fears swirling in Geralt's mind. Ciri had returned and was in mortal danger, for the unrelenting Wild Hunt was on her trail. Yennefer made it clear why the Wild Hunt wanted Ciri. Eredin wanted the power talent in her elder blood. She also let Geralt know that Ciri had been seen in war-ravaged Velen as well as in Novigrad, the largest city in the world. Well, they do, because you kill so many non-monsters, Beautiful Bear, with those. You know what I mean? Like, you kill, like, just sort of normal creatures using it, so in that sense it's viable. For sure. Against ghouls and stuff, you need your silver stuff, which is another reason why I need to go make some weapons. Reports that Ciri had spent time at Crow's Perch proved true. She was there as the guest of the local warlord, Philip Strenger, also known as the Bloody Baron. Despite his violent moniker, this man treated Ciri with kindness and respect. Dandelion. I remember his name. I would wager anyone that you, dear reader, are a person of culture and taste, and therefore already familiar with me, Dandelion, and the role I am to play in the following tale. Nevertheless, allow me to sketch a few lines by way of self-portrait for the sake of thoroughness, and in the event you have spent much of the last half-century in some dark corner where the light of my star is yet to reach. Born in 1229, a talented poet and troubadour, a graduate of Oxenford Academy, a frequent performer at royal courts, an unequaled lover appreciated and in some cases adored by ladies worldwide, a skilled negotiator and a stirring orator, such is the image of the bard Dandelion as painted by his friends and promoters. This image is, of course, somewhat overbright in its coloring. I personally prefer to think of myself as a dedicated artist and thrall to his muse, one whose work has benefited immeasurably from the fact that I was, am, and forever will remain a close friend and steadfast companion to the Witcher Geralt. It is his fate I chronicle in this present work, and his story which I shall sing till the end of my days. Oh, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, I haven't used them too much because once I finally realized I could use them, I had a couple of occasions but fought mostly monsters that needed the silver sword stuff. So, and then I got a sword that was better. So, I don't know. Emhyr van Emrys. Few names in the continent's history rouse as much terror and respect as that of Emhyr van Emrys, Daithwin Adden in Cairn eb Morvud, the white flame dancing in the graves of his foes. Emperor of Nilfgaard, Lord of Metina, Ebbing and Gemera, Sovereign of Nazir and Vicovaro, he was ruler of half the civilized world and aspiring conqueror of the other half. He was a personage whose deeds and decisions shaped the fates of whole kingdoms and populations. What then could he possibly want of a simple witcher? The Emperor clearly and succinctly laid out what he wanted. His daughter and Geralt's ward, Cirilla, was in great danger, for the Wild Hunt was on her trail. Geralt, a superb tracker linked to Emhyr's daughter by the iron bonds of destiny, stood a better chance of finding her than anyone else in the world. Okay. Eskel. All witchers have a great deal in common, but with Eskel and Geralt, the similarities are particularly striking. They first met as two boys of the same age swinging wooden swords at Kaer Morhen. They then went through an ordeal together. The first round of selections, the murderous changes, the trial of the grasses, and training on the gauntlet. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess so, Parker. The witch's daunting obstacle course. They also received hidings together for more than one act of childish delinquency. When they became adults, they walked the path separately, but still reconvened at Kaer Morhen nearly every winter to wait out the cold, drink to their successes, and remember fallen comrades. Though Eskel never gained Geralt's renown, he equaled the White Wolf in experience and carried out his contracts with care and efficiency. Death had almost taken him many times during his hunts, yet in an ironic twist, the hideous scar on his face came not from a monster's claw, but from the blade of Deirdre Admain, his highly unpredictable, unexpected child. I'd like to know more about what this unexpected child thing is. And of course, my boy Geralt. Many cannot fathom the friendship Geralt of Rivia and I, Dandelion, have shared all these years. When we first began breaking bread together, spiteful tongues said he'd be better off cutting my throat and dumping my body in a hollow tree, before I provoked someone else in doing the same to us both. Those individuals spoke out of pure jealousy, for Geralt was my dearest friend, a fact which he gave ample evidence of on numerous occasions. I could say a great deal about that world-famous monster hunter, the man known in elder speech as Gwynblade, or in our younger yet no less noble tongue as the White Wolf. For Geralt of Rivia is a truly exceptional individual. A brief encounter might tempt one to label him a mere swinger of swords, a simple monster catcher, a rough-and-tumble practitioner of a dirty trade, but peer closer and you will soon discover he's a man of unplumbed depths, unique views, and vast world-spanning experience. On the surface, he is introverted, tight-lipped, one might even say gruff, but underneath lies an overflowing sea of goodwill, good humor, and an honest readiness to help his friends, be it with a bit of sound advice or the masterful application of his blade. Setting aside cumbersome false modesty, I can say that I know his story better than any man alive. I was with him through hard times and good, helping him with wise advice, warm words, and razor wit. As a result, I am a vital part of his story, both in its earlier and present portions. It is thus my duty to continue my chronicle, and, for the benefit of future generations, put in writing the next chapter of his deeds and exploits. I wonder if Dandelion maybe overplays his own role just a tad. Just saying. Unexpected child one day you woke up with a huge belly, yeah. Unexpected. Okay, what about Hendrik? Considering the way Spy Corps of all stripes tend to function, Hendrik was undoubtedly not this man's real name. Nevertheless, that was the only appellation the Witcher knew for his Imperial Majesty's nose to the ground in Velen. After asking around, Geralt learned a Hendrik lived in the village of Heatherton. Sadly, Geralt arrived too late. The village had been ravaged, its inhabitants slaughtered, and Hendrik's service to Nilfgaard terminated in a most violent and disturbing manner. Yet the agent showed such determination before he died that Vadiator Rideau, chief of the Imperial Spy Corps, surely beamed with pride if he ever heard of it. Despite undergoing horrific tortures, Hendrik preferred to die in agony rather than reveal where he hid his reports. They remained in his hut for Geralt to find, providing him with several pieces of important information. Reminds a little bit of that, the leader of Dunrid Row in Pillars of Eternity, who, rather than reveal their information, left some information for my guys to find. What's up, Rogan? You don't know Dandelion. Hello, Zach. I know, right, Zach? What's up, Luxor? How you doing, Luxor? What's up, man? He's a bard. Of course he's lying. Intents and purposes a swordsman. Okay, cool. Well, I'll keep him that way, then. The youngest among the witches of Kaer Morhen, and perhaps the last ever trained within its walls, by the start of our tale, Lambert had proven his chops many times over. Look, another scar. Having hunted down many a mighty beast and traversed nearly all the continent's realms several times over. Yet he had also developed a reputation for arrogance and sardonic humor, and his gruff and at times excessively blunt manner could irritate even his fellow witchers of the School of the Wolf. Whatever his vices, it went without saying that Lambert would brave the fires of any hell for his companions. Okay. Adam Lambert, doing the job. He also moonlighted on American Idol. Morven Voorhees. Morven Voorhees, commander of the Alba Division, an officer of the highest rank and a pure-blooded aristocrat, one who with pride could call himself a Nilfgaardian, a designation reserved only for native-born inhabitants of the Empire's capital and its immediate surroundings. At the time of their first meeting, Geralt had no idea what an important person had been assigned the task of asking him a few routine questions. Knowing the Witcher, however, knowledge of Morven's rank and status would not have made much of a difference. I know, man. Long time no see. How you been, Luxor? School of the Wolf. School of the Witchers, yeah. Tamara Strenger. The Baron's daughter Tamara disappeared with her mother some time before Geralt arrived at Crow's Perch. The Baron described her as a charming young maid of 19 summers and the apple of his eye. No wonder then that the Lord of Crow's Perch was desperate to find her. I'm getting all this information together, by the way, because I hadn't read these characters yet, and the lore does make a difference in this game, and since I haven't played Witcher 1 or 2, I want to get caught up on what some of these characters are. Hey, what's up, IK? Hello, Glob Monkey. Good to see you, IK. What's going on, man? And hello, Glob. Nice, Luxor. If you guys are not already doing so, by the way, make sure to follow IK Enforcer. He is an awesome dude. Patreon supporter, just general all-around good guy. So, what's up, man? Good to see you. Alright, the Bloody Baron. During his first encounter with Baron Philip Strenger, Geralt found the man's many contradictions puzzling. His former Temerian soldier was clearly an opportunist who, after his army's resounding defeat, served, dealt, and negotiated with the occupying empire of Nilfgaard. Anointed him the Bloody Baron, a clear indication that he did not handle his vassals with kid gloves. On the other hand, he proved a surprisingly gracious host to an unexpected guest who was also a stranger and a hired monster slayer. His treatment of children and young women, towards whom he demonstrated a wholly sincere, near-fatherly concern, likewise contradicted in his bandit-like appearance and terrifying moniker. Ciri had learned this for herself, finding care and shelter under his roof. In exchange for information about Cirilla, the Baron asked Geralt to find his wife, Anna, and their daughter Tamara. Both had disappeared without a trace some time ago, and Philip was slowly losing hope of ever seeing them again. Under these circumstances, a Witcher was a gift from the gods. Okay, here's the guy that I'm supposed to see next, the Peller. As is often the case with charmers, diviners, healers, and other such cunning folk of the countryside, the Peller of Blackbough was a man of mystery, about whom circled a great many rumors and legends. What the hell's that around his neck? Some claimed he could commune with the dead, others that he had a different sort of familiarity with the grave, having put an axe in his father's head in a fit of rage when he was a young man. Still others said he showed an indecent fondness for barnyard animals. All of these rumors aroused the fear and respect of the backwater peasants of Velen, and the Peller most likely did little to discourage them. I actually have something called Pellar in my book Icarus, which is a spiked fruit that basically shows its spikes after you eat it. And I had never read these before. It's interesting that that stuff comes up. Bart the Troll. Yeah, I wonder, is it like bird claws around his neck, I guess? Okay, 3 more. Ah, Triss Marigold. I always considered it a point of particular pride to count Triss Marigold of Maribor among my closest and dearest friends. This exceptionally talented sorceress was a shining star of her profession, the former mage advisor to King Foltest, and a famous hero of the Battle of Sodden, known as the 14th of the Hill. Yet in no way did she resemble her often unbearably haughty sisters in magic. Her deft mind, warm smile, and considerable personal charm had always won over even the hardest of hearts. Though my personal relations with Triss never ventured beyond the fraternal, Geralt of Rivia at one point found her allure irresistible. From them on, the two shared feelings that ran far deeper than a superficial and fleeting fancy. Yennefer told Geralt that Triss had recently taken up residence in the free city of Novigrad. Vesemir. Vesemir is the oldest living member of the Wolf School and most likely the oldest Witcher of any school in the continent. About as long in years as the ruins of Kaer Morhen themselves, and though eternally complaining about his creaky bones, this master of the Witcher trade gave no thought to a well-deserved retirement. Gray but still spry, he continued to ply the monster-hunting trade into his golden years, effectively, too, as he'd seen more beasts than all his students put together. A harsh and demanding instructor in Geralt's youth, over the years he had become something of an adoptive father and mentor to the other Witchers, always ready to help with sage advice and steady hands. In the spring of 1272, when our story begins, Vesemir had joined Geralt on his search for Yennefer, trekking with him through war-ravaged Temeria. Chicken feet? Oh, okay. Triss, I'm a woman, Marigold. And last but not least, Yennefer of Vengerberg. The femme fatale. The Witcher first met the raven-haired sorceress a good 20 years back. Their friendship and the feelings between them were born of a common adventure involving a genie and a wish granted to Geralt that intertwined their fates inextricably. In the time since then, their relationship had, however, been quite stormy, rich in ups and downs, crises, and breakups. Geralt and Yennefer's love provides irrefutable proof of the thesis that opposites attract. A few years ago, Geralt and Yennefer had, after a long separation full of adventures from them both, gotten back together again. Their moment of repose was interrupted by the wild hunt which took Yennefer captive. The Witcher set out at once to save her, but lost his memory while doing so. When he finally recovered it, he immediately set off once more on his quest to find his beloved sorceress. The circumstances of Geralt's initial reunion with Yennefer after 2 years were quite different than he had imagined. The sorceress was not only safe and sound, but had even secured the aid of an unexpected and mighty ally, the Nilfgaardian Empire. Okay, now I think I'm caught up on the lore. Peller's the guy I'm going to be going to next. I don't know, actually, how old Vesemir is. Don't have any idea. All right, let's save it. And then we got to go take care of some... Got to go take care of some business. We got some crafting to do, people. Hopefully I have enough money to do it. What's up?
What?
What?
Ploughing hangover. What is it, grey boy? What?
Alright. Let's go downstairs.
Nothing here for you.
Blam! Alright. Notice board is fine, but I'm also looking for... that! The armorer, the armorer's table. Get me to the armorer's table.
What did I do to deserve your company?
What? Where the hell? Enhancing armor. Oh, I can use it. Nice. Enhances my armor for 15 minutes. Oh, that's cool. Special grindstones to enhance my weapons. Items have been enhanced.
What are you doing? Why are you chopping this?
I'm fashioning a new model. 2-piece.
What's gotten into you again?
Wait and see. Just need to join these with the rivets.
A few hundred years
Hold
old.
them loosely. Pieces will move freely then.
How may I assist you?